Okay, so what you're about to watch is a case study of a project I did for a company called Builder. Now, if you're a freelance digital marketer, then maybe you can do a similar project for your clients and get paid well for something like this. Or if you're an in-house digital marketer, you can use the same tactic for your own company and help your company get more sales, so therefore you get promoted and all that good stuff. Or if you're a first-time digital marketer and you're like, hey, I kind of want to get into digital marketing, then if you watch this case study video, it'll give you a feel for the type of work that you will do once you land your digital marketing job. So with that being said, enjoy the case study video. In this video, I'll be showing you a quiz funnel I made for my client Builder that helped them close 1,500% more closed deals for their business than their original funnel. And if you haven't met yet, my name is Alif. I'm an email marketing strategist. I help a lot of my clients who are coaching businesses or software businesses close more deals, get more leads through email marketing. This is Builder. They hired me a while back. This is their founding team, and they're sort of like a marketplace software business slash service-based business. They're based in Montreal, and essentially what Builder does is they connect first-time home renovators with contractors, vetted, qualified contractors. So they're sort of like a marketplace. And whenever they have a deal going on between the renovator and the contractor, Builder gets a kickback, and that's how they make money. Now, before we get into the actual funnel I built, I need to give you some important context. And the context is what Builder does, and on top of that, a little bit about their customers. So Builder's customers are generally first-time home renovators. These are people, corporate working, busy professionals that don't have time to deal with the entire renovation process. They need contractors now, and oftentimes what they'll do is they'll go on Google, they'll ask their friends, and they'll find contractors in their area. They'll ring up a bunch of people, get a feel for how much everyone will cost, and generally speaking, they'll go with the cheapest option. Now, this presents two problems for the first-time home renovator. First is there are actually a lot of sketchy contractors out there. So they'll ask the home renovator, hey, I'm happy to start this project. I just need 50% deposit up front or 10% deposit up front to start the project. They'll take the deposit and they'll run away and they'll ghost the first-time home renovator. Another problem with working with general contractors you find off the internet or go with the cheapest option is that when they give you the price estimate for how much the renovation will cost, they typically don't do a very thorough inspection of the unit that needs to be renovated. And because of that, they may quote like, hey, this will cost you $30,000. And then midway through the project, they realize, oh no, there's behind this wall, there's a huge pillar that we cannot drill into. And so we'll have to work around it. And so Mr. and Mrs. First-time home renovator, this is going to be another $20,000 on top of what I asked for. And then the home renovator is going to be like, wait, what? I thought it was just $30,000 to begin with. Now you're asking me for another $20,000? What's going on? And it all stemmed because the contractor didn't do a good job with the initial inspection. So that's a little bit about their customer, and that's very important to know. So keep that on the back of your mind. And so to start off the project for the quiz funnel, I first looked around their website and their funnels and their HubSpot account and their automations and everything, and to just get a feel for what they had going on currently. And I found a few things. First, I noticed their website page generally has the most traffic out of any of their traffic sources, whether that's social, SEO, whatever it may be. Builder generally ran a lot of paid ads to their homepage, and that often gave them around 50,000 visitors a month. Next, as I scrolled through their website, I noticed they had a bunch of different calculators already in place. So they have a calculator for bedrooms, for kitchen renovations, for entire home renovations, and essentially what these calculators do is you answer a bunch of questions and it'll give you a general estimate for how much your renovation will cost. And lastly, I noticed, I went on the calculator, I submitted it, and then I got some emails from their HubSpot, and I looked through the HubSpot automation, and I found that a lot of their emails were outdated, they were chunky, they were not clear, they were very bulky, and the entire email infrastructure needed an entire overhaul. So to sum it up, the home renovators needed education around unreliable contractors. The renovators also often call around a lot of people asking for prices and general estimates before they make a purchase. Their calculator/quiz they already had on their website needed optimizing, and lastly, their homepage tend to receive the most amount of traffic. Now, given all these criteria, I thought to myself, what can I do here that'll help them secure more sales calls for their sales team? And I saw a lot of potential opportunities with their calculators, because think about it, the renovators, they're always asking for prices like how much, and the calculators give them a general estimate for how much the renovation will cost. The problem is that the calculators, they're hidden behind a bunch of web pages, so it's very, very hard for the home renovators to actually find. And on top of that, the emails that like the calculator generates after somebody submits it, they weren't optimized. So in terms of a solution, I had a big aha moment, and this is what I did. First, I included an opt-in to a type form on their homepage. You can see it over here on the left. On their homepage, they had a little slice, and the slice read, find out how much your renovations will cost. Answer a simple quiz to find out. The visitor on the page would click that button, and it would lead to a type form. And the type form would ask them, what are you looking to renovate? Kitchen, home extension, driveway, paving, bathroom. So when someone saw the type form quiz and they saw the different options, they would click, if they were trying to renovate a kitchen, they would click kitchen. And then the type form would lead them directly to the kitchen calculator. Or if they're interested in bathrooms, they would click bathroom, and then the type form would lead them to the bathroom calculator. Now, this is great because of a few things. First, it increases the visibility to their calculators because, again, their calculator was so far hidden, no one was actually looking at it. Second, because the homepage was already getting a lot of traffic, it was a good way to capitalize on that traffic and capture some of that traffic. And they didn't really have a lot of lead magnets on their website or on their blogs or any opt-ins for any lead magnets. So I thought, hey, instead of creating one from scratch, why not just use the calculators? And lastly, obviously, home renovators, the first thing they look for before they make a purchase is an estimate for the price. And this calculator gives them the estimate for the price. So it just made a lot of sense to put an opt-in for the calculators on the home page. So from there, I'm like, great. This calculator, this quiz is now going to get a lot of traffic, but it still needs to convert that traffic into deals. And so what I did was I looked through the email automations that were associated with the calculators, and I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of old and this is kind of dry, it needs updating, right? So this is how I re-strategized the entire email sequences that a contact would receive if they submitted the quiz. So the first few emails within the email sequence were things like what you should know when hiring a contractor. So like, hey, did you know that if you hire a contractor, they may scam you? They may, potentially take your deposit and run away, or maybe they may make a mistake in like that first estimation, which will cost you another $10,000 later down in the project, right? A lot of like fear-inducing things you should know type of emails. The idea was that when someone reads these emails, they would think to themselves, wait, that can happen to me if I hire the wrong contractor? That can happen to me if I hire the wrong contractor? Oh my gosh, I had no idea that hiring a contractor can be pretty sketchy. Once the contact receives those emails, now in their mind, they're thinking, wow, like I need to find good quality vetted contractors. And lo and behold, our software provides a marketplace of vetted qualified contractors. And so from then, the rest of the emails in the series were things like case studies of projects our contractors worked on, testimonials, success stories, basically selling builders, contractors to these first-time home renovators. So to take a step back, you can imagine this. First-time home renovator, come on our website. They're already thinking, how much does a contractor cost for this project? They see a calculator and they're like, cool, this will give me exactly a feel for how much my renovations will cost. They submit the quiz and they're like, okay, I think I get a feel, but then they'll get some emails, and then the emails will be like, oh my gosh, wait, that can happen if I hire the wrong contractor? Holy crap. I need a solution to this pain. And then the rest of the emails in the series would sell builders, contractors. And so after implementing this quiz funnel, here were some of the results. So originally, the calculators that were already in place were closing about one deal every 4 months, right? So one deal every 4 months. After making this change, it started closing 4 deals every 1 month, which is about a 1500% improvement. And so what did I learn as like a lifecycle marketing expert from this project? Well, a few things. First, working in lifecycle, you're often at the middle or the bottom of the funnel. So you're not generally doing like demand generation work in driving traffic. You're more so converting that traffic. And so what I realized is, if I ever work on a project like this again, the first thing I'm gonna ask myself is, what are the sources of traffic that I can utilize? For one company, it may be SEO. One company, it may be influencer marketing. One company, it may be paid media. The idea here is to just stand back and take a scan of all the different sources of traffic and think to yourself, what can I leverage the most? Next is understanding where your customer is at before they make a buying purchase is so crucial. So in this case, builders' customers were already price shopping and they're trying to get estimates. And generally that's what they do before they make an actual purchase with the contractor. And so I knew I needed to capitalize on that opportunity itself. And this quiz funnel did exactly that. And lastly, I've worked with a number of coaching businesses and software businesses, and oftentimes we create lead magnets from scratch. But this time was a little different. This time I asked myself, given the tight deadline I'm on to like figure this out, what is already existing for this client that I can just repackage and reuse? In this case, it was the quizzes and the calculators, right? But maybe for a different client, it might be a series of YouTube videos you package into a mini course, or maybe they have these great blogs that if you turn them into a PDF, it can be sold as a guide, and that would be a good lead magnet, right? So essentially scanning around and seeing what does the client already have that I can utilize. That's been definitely a game changer after this project. And there you have it, the quiz funnel I created for Builder that helped them increase their closed deal rate by 1,500%. And if you enjoy this video, be sure to let me know down below in the comments. Follow me on social media. And if you'd like to work together, I'll leave a link to my book a call page down below in the description of this video and my email as well. So feel free to contact me if you're interested in working together. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.